Hello guys and welcome to the channel. Today I'll be showing you this 2020 Honda CR-V LX with all-wheel drive. This has the CVT automatic transmission and this vehicle runs on 87 octane gas. This vehicle is also capable of achieving 27 mpg in the city and 32 on the highway and having a 14-gallon gas tank. This engine in this vehicle can make 190 horsepower and 179 pound-feet of torque, and only weighing in at 3,455 pounds, and has a towing capacity of 1,500 pounds. The color you see right here is called Platinum Frost Metallic and has a gray interior. This vehicle's MSRP is $26,650. This vehicle also comes equipped with the Honda Sensing package, which adds feature of road departure mitigation, active cruise control, and lane keep assist with this radar over here. This vehicle in particular comes with the 17-inch wheels wrapped in Kumo Kinergy GT tires 235/65 R17. This vehicle comes with this imitation leather steering wheel and these gray cloth seats all around. Here's what the view would be like for the driver: the digital gauge cluster, the infotainment system, and the climate control. Here you have the parking brake, the brake hold, the auto stop system, off switch, and eco mode. Park, reverse, neutral, drive, sport, and low. There's many different interesting features in the digital gauge cluster, like the digital tachometer, the eco mode symbol, park, your speed, range till empty, and instant fuel economy. We also have the temperature and the mileage. If you would press this button on the steering wheel, you will be able to click through all different settings and menus through in the digital gauge cluster, such as your other features such as the average speed and elapsed time. You can also have driver attention, the all-wheel drive system. It will show you which wheel is getting power and how much of it is getting, and your oil life meter. Over here we also have the engine heat and fuel tank. Coming over to the steering wheel, we have a variety of buttons. These two will let you skip the song forwards and backwards. This would, if you're on radio, will let you switch the radio channel. This is to pick up the phone, hang up, and voice recognition, and the volume buttons. This button right here would let you switch the information in your center, in your gauge cluster. Another thing that this vehicle comes with is automatic high and low beams, and lane keep assist, and active cruise control. You can access this by pressing this button. It lets you set the distance between the car in front of you, and this button right here. This basically lets the car drive for you for about 30 seconds before it asks you to put your hand on the steering wheel, but it will steer for the whole time that you have your hand on the steering wheel. Here we have the infotainment system. As you can see, I have the audio off. I don't want to have anything playing. Here we have is the climate control system. You can see that this does have an auto mode, so you press auto and set it to the temperature that you want it to be, and it will do everything for you. Or you could just override it by pressing any button on here. When looking down from the shifter, you'll be able to see that this has an 1 amp USB. This basically lets you charge your phone and get iPod connection if you want it. Some storage, 2 cup holders, and some more storage down here. If you lift up the armrest, you get more storage over there. The armrest slides forwards and backwards, and for your sunglasses. Click it to get the sunglasses, or you could put it up once and get this view of the back seats. Now, on the left side of the steering wheel, we can see these three buttons. The one with the green light is the lane departure mitigation system, which you could just turn off with one click, and it will not interrupt you while you're driving. This basically views and sees if you're going over a lane, and if you do, it shakes your steering wheel. And the other button right below it is the crash mitigation, which basically sees the distance between you and the car in front of you, and if you're getting too close, the car will apply the brakes automatically. And lastly, the traction control off button. Coming to the door, we have the window controls. The driver's window is auto up and auto down. The child window locks, lock and unlock, and mirror controls. This vehicle does have a pretty spacious back seat, also in this gray cloth interior. Your climate vents, and my favorite feature, that there is no hump for where the drive shaft will go for the all-wheel drive system. As you can see, there's a lot of legroom to stretch out, and you can see how beautiful the interior is from the back seat. This vehicle does have a pretty large interior. It has an adjustable floor under which you can find your spare tire, your jack, and your tools. This is the high setting for the floor, and this is the lower setting. On the lower, it does have a lip, so if you have a dog, you might want to use the bigger, the higher height. Or if you do have a bit tall dog, you might actually want to use the smaller one, the lower, so they don't bump their head on the roof. You can lower the rear seats by these levers over here, next to the trunk lights. And it does, if you use the higher floor, it does have a flush floor throughout the whole interior, and there is almost no slope coming from the trunk to the seats, because when the seats do fall down, they fold down on each other, so they go down a little bit. Here we can see the 1.5 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine called the Earth Dreams. It does have a turbo, which is found right here, and the intake, battery, and fuse box. You can see that there is a lot of space left in the engine bay, and the transmission is down there. Now let's start her up and let her run. Here we can see the beautiful headlights with LED turn signals. The DRLs will be down here, and projector low beams and reflector high beams. Let's go over to the back. This vehicle does come with LED nighttime running lights and LED turn signals, but it does not have a real exhaust. It is hidden underneath the bumper. Now we can conclude the review of this 2020 Honda CR-V LX with all-wheel drive. This came with the 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine and is mated to a CVT that drives all 4 wheels. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.